extremely cathartic. In fact, there is a verse in the Bible in the book of Habakkuk that says, see the vision and write it plain. I have always held on to that scripture and just always recited it to myself, because if you can see a vision, then you can explain it. And when you can explain it, you can share it with others. And that's how I feel about writing. When something happens in life and you go through an experience and you go through a journey, it is very cathartic to write about that process. And a lot of people wonder, where should I start? How do I start writing? What should I write about? And I always tell people, write what you know. When you write what you know, that is the most authentic space you can be in. You know, it comes from a place of experience, like I said, and it comes from a place of truth, because you are writing your own truth. Now, go ahead, you can change it, fictionalize it, definitely take those liberties. You don't want to tell all, or you're not writing an autobiography, right? So you just want to use what you know, though, to entertain others. And I do it all the time. It is one of my absolute most fun things to do in life, besides being a mom, of course. But just when you can put things on paper, or when you're typing things in, sometimes, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I still write certain scenes out by hand in pen and paper. I don't know why. And I'll tell you even further, I write out, sounds so crazy, but I tend to write any scenes where I have to unalive someone. I write those out by hand, because it just feels it feels better by hand. Only those scenes, though. And so then I go back and type it in. I know it's a little bit double work, because you're writing it and then you're still typing it, but I think it comes across, for me, that's just my process. If you're typing everything, please do that. Don't go by what I do, but that is just what is comfortable and has worked for me. Or if I have a love scene, I will often write that by hand as well. I don't know why. I need to analyze that about myself, but those are two scenes that I typically do keep a notebook and pen, and I write those out by hand. However, when you are writing, if you're going to use your own experiences, make it as true to life and as relatable as possible. Because if it was interesting at the time you were going through whatever that thing was, it's going to be interesting to other people, because they are probably going through that exact same thing, or they know someone that went through that exact same thing. And that's how you're able to have relatable characters, and you have characters with flaws and characters with depth, and they relate to your audience, to your viewers, to your readers. So I often just find it to be so therapeutic that I can write how I'm feeling and turn my feelings into an entire script or an entire book. And that's what I encourage you to do. And speaking about writing being cathartic, if this is what I do. You don't have to go along with what I do, but it does help, at least for me. When there are situations and people that I know have done me wrong, or have done something to someone I care about, I tend to keep that situation filed away, tucked away in my mind. And yes, D. LaSure will bring it up in a script. I will write about it. I will change all names for the sake of protecting identities. Yes, I do. But I will definitely write about a situation, and everything that I could not say, or I wish I would have said, or I was just an observer of a situation, I will write that in a script, and I will take my revenge out on that character, take my revenge out on that situation that I wish the other person had said. Let me tell you, a lot of experiences have gone into a script. And one day I am quite sure there will be some people sitting in an audience or watching Prime, watching Netflix, Apple TV, whatever it is on the streaming platform. And they will think like, oh man, that's situation, that kind of reminds me of something. Yes, I am here to tell you it was me. It was me. It reminded you of what you had done to me or someone I love or someone I know and care about. And I am going to talk about it in script. Because again, if you went through that situation, somebody else, I guarantee you, has gone through that situation. So I tend to use my writing as my therapy. It is a way that keeps me level and level-headed. Because sometimes when life gets to be a lot and too much and the stressors come up and you want to go unalive 3 people and you know you cannot because you don't have no bail money. Yeah. It's easier for me to just sit with my laptop and write and take all of that energy and emotion and put it into your script, put it into your project. And I have found at some of the worst situations I have been in, I came through them because, you know, I've conquered 100% of my bad days. But those are the times when my writing has been so spot on, because those are the times where I'm able to take those emotions and pour it into the work and get that same energy to be conveyed to the audience, so that whatever I'm feeling, I want you to feel as well. And it just helps develop a story and helps develop your characters and gives it a richer texture to your work. So don't think that whatever you're going through, whatever your test is, allow your testimony to come through your work. If you are a writer, write about it. Write about it. Give that same situation to one of your characters. Use that situation to spur on an entire project. You could have gone through something, and who knows, it's 3 books worth of a situation, or it's a sequel to a movie. You just never know. What you have to do is start writing and write about it. And once you do that, the sky is the limit. And I'm telling you, it use it as therapy. I am developing a character. I urge you to just start writing. If you stay consistent, start writing. You have to do a little bit every day. And it is the absolute most fun to write. So I encourage you today, let your emotions out. Be vulnerable, put them down, create your stories, use those situations, the situations that you may not have ever told anyone about. We don't have to know it was from you or it happened to you or someone close to you, but write it down. Tell us that story. Draw us in as your audience. You want us to become your new fans of your writing. And, you know, that's what's going to happen, because when you are authentic and true to yourself, then that is when it really takes off and your writing really grows. So I am so looking forward to reading and seeing your work. I implore you to keep going. Never, ever give up. And you're writing, I'm writing, we're going to get to the top. We are all going to win, because we can and we will. All right. So I hope this helps you today. Please just keep writing. It's like a muscle. You have to use it every day, or you get rusty, you get stiff, and you don't want to do that. You want to have a true flow and an art form to your writing. All right. So enjoy your day. But whatever you do, please don't forget to let the day enjoy you on purpose.